Kia ora koutou and no mai hoki mai. So welcome back. Ko te wiki tuatahi tēnei. This is week 1. In this week's revision we will be covering the following areas. Number 1, Karakia. Number 2, Vowels. Number 3, Consonants. And number 4, Vowel combinations. And finally we finish off with our top 5 words. Karakia is an important aspect of learning Māori. Typically we do a karakia before the start of class. We will do a karakia mo te kai before we eat, and we do a karakia mutunga to finish our classes off. And for week 1, the karakia that we learnt was as follows. Ko oku tīpuna, ko oku mātua, ko au ko koe ko au, ti hei Māori ora. There are 5 vowels in the Māori language, the same as in English language, A, E, I, O and U. However, in Māori we refer to vowels the way that we pronounce them. A, E, I, or U. If you have trouble remembering how to pronounce the vowels in Māori, there is an easy phrase that you can use. Are there 3 or 2? That lines up very well phonetically with how we say the vowels in Māori. A, E, I, or U. Now for every vowel there is a short sound and a long sound, as in A or A. When we write the long sound, we use a macron above it, and that tells us whether it's the long, and if it's missing the macron, it will be the short. There are 10 consonants in the Māori language, 8 standard letters, the same as in English, and we also have 2 diphthongs, which are combinations of 2 letters to give its own consonant. As an example, I'll combine those with the long A sound to give you an example of how they're used. For H, we use ha, K, ka, M, ma, N, na, P, pa, R, ra, T, ta, W, wa, ng, nga, wh, fa. Now just to go into more detail on 3 of the Māori consonants that can be tricky. The first is the R. It is a rolled R, as in the word Maori. Now it is not a WR sound that you would use in English. It is not Maori. It is Maori. Now the easiest way to liken that sound is to use a D sound. For example, if you can say the word mouldy bread, the word mouldy is close phonetically to the word Maori. So if you have to try and find a letter to use that is the same as the R, the rolled R, it would be a D, as in mouldy. The next letter is the diphthong WH, which in English would liken to the letter F, as in the word far. The last one is the NG sound, and an NG is its own consonant in Māori, and the example we use is the word sang, in English. And we use the NG in words, for example, like tangata. Now it's important to try not to accentuate the G, as in sang. It rolls evenly and smoothly into the same sound, as in tangata. Now we have vowel combinations. In this exercise we will step through the sounds that the combinations of vowels make. This is important because most of the Maori language includes words that have combinations of vowel sounds. So if we follow the table example, we start with the A, as in A, Ae, Ai, Ao, Au. Next we step through the E sounds. Ea, E, E, Eo, Eu. Next we step through the E sounds. Ia, Ie, I, Io, Eu. Next we step through the O sounds. Oa, Oe, Oi, O, O. Lastly we step through the U sound. Ua, Ue, Ui, Uo, U. In our final section we will go through the top 5 words that we'll be using. Now it's important to note that with these words, as with a lot of Maori words, they have multiple meanings. So the meanings that we're about to show you are not the only meanings for these words. However, they are the most common meanings for these words. So if we go down the order, E equals in, or equals of, more equals for, tor equals your, and finally te equals the. Nice and simple. You will find that these words are used very frequently, especially in the year 1.